Good morning. Welcome to Monday Blitz. It has been a weekend of a lot of things has happened during the weekend. Rugby, golf, the Sportpesa League, and of course the English Premier League. This is TV47. I am Katila Macy, and of course, as you always know, I'm not always on. But before we go on, I want to ask you the question of the day. Which teams do you think will finish top 5 in the English Premier League at the end of this season? Which teams do you think will finish in the top 5 in the English Premier League at the end of this season? Welcome, and of course, let's interact on our social platforms, TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. I think I have my guest today. I'll start with Arocho. Uko mzima?
Safi
kabisa.
I'm doing so well. We had a very big win in Kisii. Shabana beat Tusker. I said that. And once again, I'm going to say it on this show. Tusker's problem is not the coach. So I had a lovely weekend. You had a lovely weekend.
Yeah. I believe right now, our viewers, you'll forgive me for this. I wanted to do to Nyash, Mambo VP. Let's not talk about yesterday.
Yeah.
First tell us how your weekend was, how your week has been.
Yeah.
Pablo Wanze bragging.
The week has been topsy-turvy. The weekend was fantastic. I could not ask for more. Went quite well. But the result that Arocho has mentioned, I'm also a Tusker fan, and we're getting closer nowadays. Tunashindana na sherehe nani atapigwa sana.
Well, this will be so interesting.
Yeah.
You're a Tusker fan, he's a Shabana fan.
Oh.
You're an Arsenal fan, he is a Manchester United fan. Yeah. But viewers, let's continue interacting on our Facebook, TV47 Kenya and YouTube. All right. Now, the question of the day, I will remind you, which team do you think will finish top 5 in the English Premier League at the end of this season? And now, starting off, let's start off with yesterday. Currently, Arsenal are at number 1.
Yes.
The top of the table, Nyash na John nikisema hivi unasikia poa sana. Yesterday they beat Tottenham Hotspur 4-1.
Yeah.
And where I was, I thought that the game itaisha draw, but came second half, Gyökeres did that thing.
Yeah.
Let me start off with you. First of all, do you think that this season is your season?
I totally believe so. Like I said 2 weeks ago. It's still our season. I know there has been that dip that happened with latest results in terms of like 2 wins, I think, in 7 matches. Or is it 3 in 8? So it's not been good for us, no. And that's why we needed to bounce back after the howl against Wolves. And I know Arocho was saying this off air, it's not news beating Tottenham, but considering the context, it was important that we beat them and beat them properly. But we always beat them anyway. So I like the performance from the boys. Gyökeres, 2 goals, 2 bangers, very good goals, good finishes. Eze as well, he's been questioned quite a lot by Arsenal fans and even other people. And he, did put in a good performance. And it seems like he runs North London. He's the sheriff of North London. Get me? Like 5 goals in 2 matches. He actually is, I think, 2 goals shy of the highest top scorer for Arsenal in the North London derby. So he had a very good outing, and that's exactly what you want to see for Arsenal. And for Arsenal, for me, it's not done there. I'm excited about the result against Spurs, but there's still much more to come, because next up is Chelsea. You have to beat that one up.
Before I move to you, Arocho, what happens to Arsenal versus Wolves? What happened? Because keep in mind that Wolves is number 20.
Yeah.
What happened?
Complacency. Nothing more, nothing like complacency. We let them back into the game. Complacency in terms of passes. Either that or the guys were tired. Because let's be honest, Arsenal, I think, has now played 14 matches this year. We are just 6 weeks, or is it 7 weeks into the year? So we're doing like 2 matches per week. Okay. Between now and Chelsea is the first time since the year turned that we're going to be having a whole week of resting. And then you go back at it again. So, yeah, the boys could have been tired because Timber does not put in such performances. Now, Martinelli, we can talk about it because he's kind of has his moments. But Timber really, rarely has bad games. So I would say maybe they kind of became tired and were also complacent at the same time.
To you, Fred Arocho, let's talk about the game of Arsenal versus Wolves and yesterday's result versus Tottenham.
Well, it's a mixed feeling. Why am I saying it's a mixed feeling? I think Arsenal did not play well against Wolves. I don't want to describe Arsenal going by that match. I would like to describe Arsenal going by the Tottenham match. But as he said, complacency came in. They were a bit relaxed, and the communication in the defense towards the last moment when they conceded that goal did them in. But I would like to give kudos to Arsenal yesterday. That is a brilliant performance. Is a description of a potential champion when you go into a match with that kind of tension and then you post that positive results. But on the flip side, I want also to mention that Arsenal beating Tottenham is no news. Why am I saying so? In the last 8 matches, Arsenal has won 7 out of 8 against Tottenham. So it's a team that, for me, was bound to lose. Remember that the first leg, they also lost 4 against Arsenal. Someone who is a Tottenham sympathizer might say that Tottenham had a lot of players who could not play that match, going by the injuries and other circumstances. But I don't want to take away the good results Arsenal posted yesterday. For me, it's a description of somebody who is intending to be a champion. I hope they are going to keep that momentum. Something that is also said that I'd also like to echo is this is the very first midweek that Arsenal is not going to play in 2026. Since the beginning of the season, Arsenal has been playing after 48 hours or so. I think that also is going to be a problem for Arsenal towards the end of this season. They're still playing in 4 tournaments. They're contesting the Champions League, Carabao, FA, and of course the league. That might be what will hamper their success, because they're going to have a lot of crunch matches as we move towards the end of the season, which I still believe that Arsenal is not capable of handling. I might be wrong, but time will tell if I'm right.
Well, I think there was a lot of controversial on the social media after Arsenal. Their past, apart from yesterday's game against Tottenham, they drew their last 2 games. And I think we look at the graphics, you see, on 7th February, they were 9 points clear ahead of Manchester City. And then Manchester City came in. You drew, I think, 2 games. Arsenal drew, they're just 2 points. Actually, right now, it's not 2. Arsenal have played 28 matches.
Yeah.
Right.
Manchester City have a game at hand still.
Yeah.
If they win that game, there'll be only 2 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah.
So let me ask Arocho, do you think Arsenal will win this Premier League this season?
Well, for me, it's still a catch-22. For an Arsenal fan, he might blow his own trumpet and say that they are going to win. But look at the match coming up. Arsenal is going to play, they are going to play Chelsea on Sunday. That's another derby. Chelsea is not a mean feat. It's going to be a big match for the 2 teams. Then they are going to move and play against, is it Brighton?
Yeah, Brighton.
They're going to play against Brighton, a team that is on and off. You see them in one match, they're playing so well, then the other match, they're not really convincing. But look at the match that is coming up against Man City. For me, that is going to be the finals. They are going to play Man City in 2 matches within 14 days. For me, that is a statement. It is a statement because I feel that Man City might lose in the Carabao. But in the league match, I'm not seeing Man City losing. But if in any case Man City drop points against Arsenal when they're playing in the league, then of course that the league will have gone with Arsenal. But once again, why are we in this situation? We are in this situation because there is no meaningful opposition, if you ask me. Arsenal doesn't have that meaningful opposition. Look at the way City has messed up. For example, in 2026, it's a team that has been losing a lot of points. I feel that City is not giving Arsenal that kind of stiff opposition. Look at Pep's reaction when they won against Newcastle. I've never seen Pep reacting the way he reacted when he wins against Newcastle. But that for me was a statement. The kind of, and of course they were playing at home, the kind of energy that we saw from the team the moment the final whistle was blown. So that is an indicator that City are still not sure that they're the contenders fighting against Arsenal.
And I like what you said, that Arsenal is not going to lose. I mean, Man City are not going to lose against Arsenal. All you have to do when you go to Etihad is get a draw and win the other matches, and we are good to go. So, and last one, we are moving like champions because we're also being a bit philanthropic here and there. Like if you look, there's a stat that I saw that is really disturbing. It's not good for the Arsenal fans. There are like 5 guys who had not scored a goal before they made Arsenal. Arokodare for Wolves, when he scored against us at the Emirates, he had never scored a Premier League goal. We gave him a first. Broby for Sunderland, never scored a Premier League goal until Arsenal showed up, got a goal. Edozie for Wolves, I think a teenager, had not scored a Premier League goal until Arsenal showed up. Bueno, the one who scored the banger against Arsenal for Wolves again, he had never scored a Premier League goal until Arsenal showed up. Kolomuani had not scored a Premier League goal until Arsenal showed up. So we are donating points and giving guys a chance to come back to the league, but it's not something good to see. But yeah.
Okay, now before we move on, let's see. Yesterday, a lot of people said about Tottenham will draw with Arsenal because of their previous game against Wolves. But let's see. Tottenham this season, they've played 38 games, 13 wins, 10 draws, 15 losses. And they've conceded 50 goals. Do you think Tottenham can finish top 5, Arocho?
No. The way they played, the way they played yesterday, they conceded a total of 8 goals against Arsenal, scoring 2. Tottenham is a team that is quite inconsistent. The inconsistency at Tottenham, I think that's the reason why they've been sacking coaches left, right, and center. I'd like to equate Tottenham, with all due respect to Tottenham, to KCB, a team in this league. KCB is another team that has everything. There's nothing that KCB doesn't have. That is Tottenham. Tottenham even got a new stadium. They have a new coach, a new lineup, and things are not working at Tottenham. So the win against Arsenal, yes, it was a good win, but your stats will tell you something about the team that played yesterday. And once again, 7 of their top players did not play that much. I don't want to use that as an excuse, because that one is not an excuse in football. But in terms of the statistics, in terms of the when you're analyzing a match, you'll realize that, when a team misses 7 out of 11 of their first team, then the team gets tinkled. And you could see the team had their shape in the first half quite well. But when came the second half, the crunch time, when experience had to come in, the team could not hold. So once again, congratulations to Arsenal. But it should not be the way he came into the studio with a lot of big words. And it reminds me, he reminds me of Innocent Mutiso. Mutiso, when this season was starting, he was ever present on this show. Yeah. But these days, you'll not see Mutiso here. In fact, I thought I'd see him today after that Tottenham win.
Well, I think we'll come for you. Now, still on the English Premier League, Manchester City, as you said, Pep Guardiola really celebrated his win against Newcastle. And a lot of people are saying this league might go to Manchester City because they are coming in hot. As I know, Nyash, when I say that, you're not in agreement with me. But let me start off with you. Do you think, let's talk about Manchester City and their performance. They're facing Arsenal in the Carabao finals.
Yeah.
And still, they're still facing Arsenal. What's your take on Manchester City?
I think they've been okay. They've been the same kind of form with Arsenal, by the way, to be honest. 3 losses, 1 loss, means 4 draws. Same loss. When we turned the year, they were having the same number of points. I mean, they were 2 points adrift of Arsenal. They are still 2 points as of now, but there's a game in hand. But I think they are moving well. They are getting their guys back. Diaz is back. Gehi, we of course talked about the shake-ups at the back. They were very inconsistent as far as that is concerned. So they are doing good by their standards. They just have to keep at it, and hopefully Arsenal, fumbles, and that's what they're going to be hoping. And I mean, people have been talking about how this is not the same Man City of the old, and I do agree with that, but you can never say that for sure. As Arsenal, there's no resting on our laurels thinking, Man City are this season. It's not going to be like that. There's always Pep, who has been there, done that so many years. So you cannot rest on your laurels, and Man City, they just have to keep winning, in my opinion.
Before I come to you, Arocho, you can see Manchester City last eight matches. They are beaten in their last 8. They've drawn with Tottenham, against the Wolves, Galatasaray, also in the Champions League. You can see. So, Arocho, what's your take on Manchester City? I think they can compete with Arsenal. Because if they win their match, it will be only 2 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah. The only positive that comes City's way is their next 5 or so matches. They are playing Leeds, they are playing West Ham, they are playing Nottingham Forest. For me, these are not really strong opposition for City. But the inconsistency that has been at City, the fact that the coach has been having issues with various players, he had also his personal issues. I think it has been a year that has been full of events for Pep. But once again, the upcoming matches, the next 3 or so matches are not really strong opposition for City. That might help propel them. But the way I watched City play against Newcastle, it really scared me. It scared me, but because look at the last 30 or so minutes of that match.
Yeah.
Man City were really down. They were really hanging on the thread, and that was not positive for a team that is chasing the league. You could even, I think Newcastle scored a goal that was disallowed.
Yeah.
For me, that one was a very, very wrong indicator for City. Their mental strength at the moment is not at its best. Their physical kind of strength, if I may use that word, because I could see that I think they were not really fit for that match. I don't know if it's because of the crunch matches, the fact that they're having several matches coming their way, the Champions League, the FA and the league, but it was not seen in the Arsenal match. Arsenal was still moving even after getting their 4th goal. So that contrast, for anybody who feels that Arsenal might not win the league, it might be a scare, because I saw an Arsenal who was strong even in the last 5 or so minutes of that match, but a Man City that really struggled to win against Newcastle.
Well, there.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I want to still remind our viewers of the question of the day. Which team do you think will finish top 5 in the English Premier League this season? Our social media handles, TV47 on Facebook and on YouTube. All right. Now, before we move on, please let us know which teams do you think will finish top 5 in the English Premier League this season. I would love to read their feedbacks to see what they say. But before they bring in the
Katila, there.
Do you have some?
Yeah, there's a lot of feedbacks, more so on Facebook and on X.
Okay.
Many guys feel that is Mary Wairimo watching us from Naivasha. Mary thinks that Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa, United, and then Chelsea. For me, I'm looking at an Aston Villa that is quite inconsistent.
Very.
There's something I don't like about Aston Villa. I watched Aston Villa losing against Everton. Okay. It gave a very wrong signal. I'm not seeing Aston Villa being top 4. I'm seeing United toppling them. Today, United is going to win against Everton, and of course, the Red, I know he'll disagree.
Why are you doubting?
No, I can't say for sure, man. I mean,
what do you expect from him?
No, the last time Man United played against Everton, what happened?
No. What do you expect from him?
To be objective.
When we look at the last matches, then we will not be even having this discussion. Okay. Let me go on with the Judo Shiflano. This is on Facebook. He's saying that Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa, Manchester United, and then Liverpool. Of course, I think is more or less what was said the other side. Mwanyikata, watching us from Kindu Bay, is saying Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa. I know that one will bring a lot of response.
This 18 on of how it's going to happen.
He's given his prediction.
Man City to win the title.
Steve Ochieng kutoka jimbo la Migori anasema ako ndani hadi tamati. Is watching us from Migori. Another one, the last one before I give it back to you. Nyar Akelo she's watching us from Siaya County, locked from my duvet. She's watching us.
She's watching from her duvet.
That must be an Arsenal fan.
It's understandable because of the...
Comfortable.
Now, before they bring in the Manchester City stats, do you have any feedback from your end, Nyash?
No, I don't.
Let's see Manchester City. See the way I'm just talking about Manchester United. You see, now, players start this season, as you can see, Nyash,
wow.
We can't argue upper.
No,
right?
we can't, yeah.
That's 6 goals. Assist pamoja, you see. And then Ryan Cherokee, Phil Foden. I think Manchester has it. Anton Semenyo, who was signed just recently. See?
Yeah.
I know you're not in agreement with me. We have Bernardo Silva. You see? Jeremy Doku. These Manchesters, I think, do you think even Erling Haaland will continue scoring in more goals? I think he can even win the player of the season. The top scorer compared to Gyökeres.
Yeah, Golden Boot for sure. Golden Boot, I can't argue against the Golden Boot unless my striker goes on a crazy scoring run. I think Haaland has, again, showed why he's the topmost striker in the Premier League right now. I think he's scoring goals. He has been struggling a little bit, but he's still topping the charts. So he deserves to be exactly where he is. Nico O'Reilly, another guy who's actually, I think, playing as a midfielder and scored two goals. Watu wa Fantasy Premier League wamekula vizuri sana because of that guy. So they have guys who are contributing to goals, and it's also reminiscent of Arsenal as well. I mean, Arsenal is also having a lot of guys who are contributing to goals.
Yeah, sure.
So basically, I feel like the top two teams, they are showing why they are the top two right now.
All right.
Yeah.
And moving on still on the English Premier League, let's talk about the Blues. All right. Let's talk about Chelsea.
I think Chelsea, for me, they are just, I don't know, they are so
Chelsea currently at number 4
Yeah.
in the English Premier League, but we still have a game at hand, Manchester United tonight.
Oh.
But Chelsea has received a lot of red cards this season. Let me start off with you, Nyash.
Yeah, they have more, I think they have the same number of red cards with the home wins this season. They're not winning at home, to be honest. and if you look at the teams that they're dropping points against, they have actually not beaten any of the promoted sides. Sunderland, Leeds, home and away, by the way, and now Burnley. And if you look at the situations of the last 2 matches, they were up against Leeds. They were 2-0 up at the Bridge. Lost that, I mean, they didn't lose that game. They got held to a draw. And then we have, what do you call it? We had...
Burnley?
Burnley were 2-0 down at Stamford Bridge, and then they came back. So I don't know what's up with Chelsea as far as that is concerned. They are still a bit unconvincing. Cole Palmer was nowhere to be seen in that match. Defensively, the red cards as well. Wesley Fofana. Now he's out against Arsenal. There is going to be a problem there defensively for them. He has not been convincing so far. I mean, Chelsea's defense does not convince anybody. But there's been a problem with Chelsea as far as defensive issues is concerned. João Pedro is doing good. He's scoring goals. I think he has 11. He's among the top 3 strikers or top scorers in the Premier League right now. So there is that with Chelsea, and I can't wait to see where this one gets them, because there's other teams like Manchester United, there's other teams like Liverpool who are knocking on the door to get the top 4. And top 5 nowadays, like we say, because you never know, it might be 5 teams going to the Champions League next season. So Chelsea, they are still very unconvincing. We just have to keep an eye on this one.
Well, looking at Chelsea red card this season, you can see Wesley Fofana, Marco Kurela, Moise Caicedo, Malo Gusto, even their goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, and of course, Trevor Chalobah.
Yeah.
I don't know what is happening at Chelsea. Arocho, what do you think?
Well, I don't want to term it as indiscipline, because I think Caicedo got a red card because of his tackles. I normally feel that professional red cards, that are red cards that you pick as a result of trying to defend your team or defend your goal.
Yeah.
For me, I don't take them as really harsh red cards. What I feel that should be even punished by the federation is the red cards that come as a result of insults, or when you assault your opponent. So
Yeah.
I think what is happening at Chelsea, with lack of a better word, is inconsistency. I've looked at a Chelsea that started the season with a bloated team, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Then the coach has been trying to make sure that he gets his first 11 and make sure that his team is intact. So there's a lot of uncertainty in that team that has resulted to what we are seeing, the red cards. But simply because I've not seen a red card coming from that direct abuse or even an assault, then these are just red cards that you pick defending your team.
Before we talk about the teams that have most red card this season, I can see, welcome, Dola Sali. Karibu sana.
Yeah.
You happy to be here? Umechelewa wapi? Ama ni celebration ya watu wa Serali or
Nairobi jam kidogo.
Nairobi jam kidogo. Otherwise, you're good?
Very great.
Let's talk about Chelsea.
I
This
think
season.
when I look at Chelsea, it gives me the impression of a team that has failed to just get the edge when it comes to consistent performance. Because if you look at that squad, I can't really point out anyone maybe who can sometimes pull out those individual performances. At times, Cole Palmer has shown that, but it hasn't been really, especially when it comes to those crucial matches. We'll find him maybe score a hat-trick against Wolves and all that. But when it comes now to the matches that matter, I don't think Chelsea have managed to get a very good, consistent squad, and a squad that can give them results day in, day out. They're still struggling. In the attack, they expected maybe Liam Delap to hit the ground running, but he hasn't really shown that he can play second fiddle to João Pedro. And I think Chelsea will have to blame themselves if they fail to get a Champions League spot. At some point, they were like around 10 or so points ahead of Manchester United. If you look at the table right now, Manchester United is ahead of them. And now going into the last stretch of matches, they'll have to be at their best maybe to secure a Champions League position with Liverpool there, Manchester United, Aston Villa, and of course the top 2 teams in Manchester City and Liverpool already having, Manchester City and Arsenal already having sealed their Champions League spots.
Now, Dola, before you came in, we had a question of the day, and I'll still repeat it. Which teams do you think will finish top 5 in the English Premier League this season? Which teams do you think?
Of course, the top 2 is going to be Arsenal and Man City. I know Nyash will be happy.
Thank you.
You have to start with Arsenal.
Thank you for saying that in that order.
Yeah, Arsenal, Manchester City, I think Manchester United will be there, as well as Liverpool and Chelsea. I don't see Aston Villa pulling that string to the last, that is match day 38, and finishing in the top 5. Yeah.
Let's listen to some of the feedbacks that were sent about the question of the day. And of course, I think about the red cards and everything. When you're ready, we are ready here.
Yeah, for the record.
Timu ya Chelsea, the Pride of London, hasa Narani. Mimi natoka Nyamira County. Sasa hizi ndio predictions zangu, top 5 English Premier League. Number 1, Manchester City, itapepa. Number 2 ni Arsenal. Number 3, the Pride of London. Number 4, Manchester United. Number 5, Liverpool. Na ukisikia baadhi zingine zote sasa nitapepa hii. Hakuna story kama hii. Hizo ndio top 5 sana.
Kwa majina ni Victor Makori aka Vicky Makosh, kijana wa Manchester United. Sasa kwa hii Premier League hizi ndio top 5 zangu zitakazo maliza kwa hiyo season. Number 1 hapo tuko na Manchester City. Tukiingia hapo number 2 ni Arsenal kama kawaida, wao ni wanaomaliza number 2 kwa kila season. Number 3 sasa round hii tuko na Manchester United. Tukiingia hapo number 4 ni wana Chelsea. Alafu hapo number 5 tutamalizia na Liverpool. Hizo ndio top 5 zangu kwa hii Premier League season.
Feedbacks on WhatsApp. I don't know why people don't have faith in Arsenal. Nyash.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I just think it's pure hatred, to be honest. But then again, there's that thing of Arsenal has over the years shown that in this dying ebbs of the season, they can't really maintain it. And people are speaking from that perspective. I can't blame them, and that's why we'll prove them wrong this season.
Well, let's move on to the Red Devils, the mighty Manchester United. They are playing Everton tonight, and currently they're at number 5. Same points with the Chelsea. So if we win that match today, tunarudi position it. Let me start with you, Arocho, about today's match with Everton.
Well, the turning point of United's season was when they won against Arsenal. That was a big statement. Well, jokes aside, that kind of fanaticism aside, that was a statement. That was a big match. And big players, big moments, big results. We saw Cunha do his stuff. And since then, you have seen a revitalized kind of United team. I've liked the fact that the coach has stuck with Harry Maguire on that defense. I've always been saying that Harry Maguire is a magnificent defender. Mm-hmm. Yes, he's been having his low moments in the own goals that he conceded, but even look at the fact that he's still in the national team, the starter of the England national team. Look at the midfield. I like what Fernandes is currently doing. A lot of very good movements in that mid, and of course the striking force that is banging goals left, right, and center. I'm seeing, yes, in the first leg, Everton disappointed United, but I'm not seeing that happening now. The mental kind of space at Manchester United at the moment is quite positive. They are chasing the number 4. They are chasing the Champions League. It's something that has been quite elusive at United for some time now. So I'm seeing United getting the 3 points against Everton. It will not be easy, but ultimately the Reds will shine.
Do you remember last time they beat us at 10-man?
Oh, yeah.
What do you have to say, Nyash? And please be soft on this and very calm.
I'm always very I always try my best. But there are two sides to this coin, to be honest. Like he said, crazy momentum coming into this. They won their last 4. I mean, they didn't lose the last 5. I know there was a shaving hair of their guy. Too bad for him. But also, could that be how many weeks has it been? 3 weeks since they played? Or is it 2 weeks? I don't know how it's been. It's been a minute since they played, right? I don't know if that could have distorted this momentum or I feel like only time will tell on this one, but there's a bit of you're winning well, you're playing well, you're not losing, you want to keep playing, right? And then again comes here this 2 weeks break where you're not playing at all. And then it's like, now you go back to the game again, and now we wanted to see, like, do you pick up where you left, or do you struggle again? And then we go to Everton, who I would like to say they have been good at home, but I've just checked their recent fixtures there. They have not been winning. So maybe they want to bounce back using Manchester United. That would be a very good place to start. Manchester United, maybe they keep on and keep on the push for the top 4. I feel like it's a very good game. It's on the balance. I can't really call it, to be honest. I can't say for sure Manchester United goes and blows Everton over the water. I can't say that for sure. I can't say also for sure like Everton absolutely holds it down and keeps Manchester United silent, going by how they've been doing. So I also have Bruno in my Fantasy Premier League. A bit biased there, but I think Bruno has been pulling the strings for Manchester United for a minute, and maybe he continues today. Only time will tell on this one, but I want Everton to do something for me.
Before I come to you, Dola Stanley, what is your prediction? Let me ask you about today's match. Nyash, just give me a prediction, and then we can see the stats of Manchester United before I come to you, Dola Stanley.
I think a very scintillating game, to be honest. I'm going for 2-2 draw. I feel like the two sides do score goals, bro. Honestly,
I
to
was
be honest,
not expecting
honestly, I think Manchester United play a very good game. Bruno maybe assists twice, but they don't win.
You've forgotten there's Cunha, there's Mbeumo. But anyway, we can have the stats of Manchester United. And you can see in their recent league meetings, they were beaten by Everton. They were 10-man last year. They were 10-man. They drew again, February 22nd. And then we came in, back in 2024, we beat Everton 4-0. So if you look at these, I think Manchester United is on the upper hand of winning today's match. Now, to Dola Stanley, let's talk about Manchester United, their previous matches and today's match against Everton.
I think, as Arocho said, it's a real test for Manchester United, because when you look at the 4 matches that they won prior to the draw against West Ham, it was more or less teams that have performed in the Premier League this season. Manchester City, Arsenal. But then again, the real test came against West Ham. You know, in those 4 matches, they were mostly playing transition football, winning the ball quick, then transitioning from defense to attack in split seconds. And they managed to score several, including the goals from Mbeumo and Cunha. But when it comes to West Ham, they had the majority of the possession, and I think that's when you see quality now needs to come in, because I also expect tonight they'll have the lion's share of possession against Everton. But I don't think it will be a high-scoring fixture. I see most probably a 1-0 or 2-1 win in favor of United. They have also struggled to keep clean sheets, although they have only lost 1 match under Senne Lammens. But tonight is going to be a real test. And if they'll have the lion's share of possession, I don't expect much from them, because I know Michael Carrick will maintain the same starting 11 that has played in the last few matches, in the last 5 matches since he came in. And one of the, I think maybe playing the fewest matches in history over the last like around 40 years, that is only 40 matches for a season, is a blessing in disguise for United, because they have lost several key players. Dog at his peak at the time he got that hamstring injury. And being in such a period where they're only pushing for Champions League football with a lean squad per se, when you put it in quotes, for example, because they have only 1 left winger in Cunha, then they have a very good chance of just trying to see it through the end and see if they can get maximum points. But tonight I see Manchester United getting a win.
I agree. I strongly agree with you tonight. Let's see the goal scorers of the top scorers in the English Premier League this season. I don't understand why I'm not seeing your favorite
He is actually
just
there. He should be there.
With Nyasha. We can see Erling Haaland starting with 22 goals. Igor Thiago following with 17. Anton Semenyo still from Man City, 13 goals. And and then we have from Liverpool, Hugo Ekitike, Calvin Lewis, 10 goals. Hugo Ekitike and
my striker actually has 10. He has 10 goals. The graphics guy can actually add that guy. Maybe he just wanted to put 6 guys. But if you add another one, Gyökeres now has 10 goals.
You say Gyökeres should be top 7?
He's in the top 5 of the top scorers in the Premier League. That's fine with me.
I know maybe Nyash has not told you, but in 2026, among Premier League strikers, is the player with the most goals. That is 10.
I mean, organized.
Well, Dollar Stanley, utaniambia uko side gani? Right. But anyway, let's come back home. Let's talk about the Kenya Premier League. And this will be very interesting because Arocho is a Shabana fan, Nyash a Tusker fan, and we also what happened Shabana did to the Brewers. I'll start with you, Arocho. Shabana, Estadio de la Gusi.
Well, I don't think Shabana really won that match on the pitch. They won off the pitch. I think Tusker is currently going through a lean moment. Tusker is a team that I really respect. I talked about Tusker last week, and I got a lot of backlash from guys who feel that I was a bit strong in my sentiments, but I stick with my words. I'm saying it once again that Tusker is not a team that should now be lying below the top 5. There are days that Tusker dominated Kenyan football, and they should go back to that kind of mentality that they had. Tusker was a team that was not just picking any player. Tusker used to have and still have that financial muscle where they can bring in a player from wherever they so wish. I saw Tusker bring in Halid Aucho. Once again, I'm saying it on the show. Top midfielder from Uganda came to Kenya and performed so well. I saw Tusker pick a very good defender in Musa Otieno from FC Leopards, and he performed so well. Even went to play professional football in South Africa. I saw Tusker bring in Edward Karanja from FC Leopards. The list is endless. So it's just a matter of going back into their philosophy. Tusker had their philosophy. Tusker had their way of playing football. So this Tusker I'm seeing these days, it's a totally different Tusker. That's why I'm saying that Tusker lost that match off the pitch. But having said that, I also think that Shabana has had some good consistency. Yeah. I think 3 in a row, winning matches. They've been having issues when Malala left the team, but I'm happy that they've now settled. Though I watched, I don't know if you'll bring that issue for discussion, but I watched KCB yesterday playing against Gor Mahia. Kudos to Gor Mahia. Yeah. But KCB was
We are coming to that. We are coming
I'll have to make a statement on that.
We are coming to that. You've seen that the last 4 matches of Tusker, before I come to you, Nyasha, you've seen that the last 4 matches, Tusker has only won 1 match, drawn 1 and lost 2. And they only won in January against KCB.
Yeah.
What do you think is happening in your team? My guy.
I don't know, man. To be honest, like if you look again, like Posta Rangers, definitely that's a team you should be beating. Mathare United, no disrespect to Mathare United, but they should be drinking some beer, right? As well. Shabana, we played well, but no goals to show. I feel like Tusker, we are scoring. There's a point in time I used to feel like we have a problem of scoring goals. Now, if you look at all those games, we did score goals. Yeah, sure. Defensively, though. Except Shabana.
Shabana, yeah.
Right? So I think we even brought back Ibrahim, if I'm not wrong, and I think he came back and scored. But I'm feeling like the league is done and dusted for us. I know we have a new manager. I was looking for a new manager, bounce. Didn't get it. Maybe I'm going to get it in the next game. But
against Homeboys?
Is it Homeboys or Kenya Police?
Homeboys.
Yeah, I know that the next 5 fixtures are tricky for Tusker.
Good.
Yeah, they are very tricky. And that's why I'm saying the league for, unless we win those ones, first of all, I don't think we're in contention for the league. Okay. That one, you're Imeenda. I think now we should maybe focus on the cup. Because through the cup, maybe you can get back to playing continental matches. But in the league, I don't know what's going on there. The new manager, maybe we'll have to wait and see if he's going to bring in something different. Maybe if we're going to be scoring goals, maybe going to be holding out wins if we score fast, because that's a problem. Also, I feel like there's a myriad of problems at Tusker, besides what is happening on the pitch. Nowadays, we are playing in Moranga. That's our home ground now. And we used to have Ruaraka there. I don't know what happened. We have good financial muscle, like Roger said. Why not rehabilitate Ruaraka or do something? I don't understand with that one, but it is what it is, and it's being now seen on the pitch. But I think for me, we just maybe now need to focus on the cup.
Let's talk about the new coach. Arocho said something about Tusker's new coach previously. What's your take on the new coach? Let me start with you, Dollar Stanley.
I think Tusker have gotten a very good coach in Julian Mete because looking at his past record, that is a coach who has won 2 league titles in Congo with AS Soto. He's a coach who's credited with building or strategizing the rise of Djibouti's national team football, as well as a stint at Ryan Sports in Rwanda, where he went 14 matches unbeaten, his first 14 matches, including a run of 10 wins. I listened to him, I watched the match on the league broadcast and also listened to him in the post-match interview, and he said he wants to instill his identity, which is possessive football, building from the back, and I think I saw that. He mentioned that in the last few matches where Tusker lost, anytime they conceded, they were just playing long balls. Yesterday, I saw them try to possess. I saw them trying to build that ball, trying to transition it from defense to midfield to attack. And I think one of the aspects he's gonna implement in his management is gonna be the use of high pacey wingers, because I saw him use Thomas Omole and Stephen Etiang, two very good wingers when it comes to pace, and Dennis Owalo and Kapaito up front. But I think one of the biggest wins for him will be to see a fully fit Crispin Erambo back in midfield, who has struggled since the Chan exploit with the Harambee Stars. Yeah. He has struggled to regain his form, and it's good to see him back. For Shabana, I think luck has also been on their side. In the last 4 matches, they have won 3 matches courtesy of own goals. That was against
but a goal is a goal.
Bandari and against Tusker. So sometimes when it comes to these matches, luck also plays a big part. But I also credit them for the mid-season signings they did in Assis Mambote and Pape Diallo, 2 good players who have come and eased the pressure on the youngsters, Ezekiel Omuri and Austin Odongo. And I think they have what it takes to play second fiddle to the 2 horses, that is AFC Leopards and Gor Mahia.
You can see Dola Stanley has faith in coach Julian Mete, and you can see last Shabana game, they've won, actually. They've won the last 3 matches. Arocha, I know you're so proud about this.
No, that one is...
it's normal. It's a normal thing for Shabana.
It's a normal thing. Beating Tusker once again. Rangers are really struggling. It's a team that is really struggling financially. But there's one thing I want to say about Tusker. Yes, you bring in a new coach with that experience, but the quality at Tusker is really one thing. I'd like to see Tusker playing against Homeboys. I think that match will be on Wednesday. Yeah. Then they'll move and play against Gor Mahia and FC in a succession. I think in a span of 10 days. Tusker will play against the big boys. So that will be a very good kind of... we are going to put the coach to task under test to make sure that we see the results. But once again, I think the main problem is the quality.
Julian Mete, let's see his stats. As Dola Stanley has said, he has a very good history. Where can his graphics up, I say? We move. Yeah, you see? So Julian Mete is a Tusker FC new coach. Total matches managed, he has managed 118. At least he has won half of the matches. He has 52 wins, 31 draws, 35 losses, you know. I believe in the next, the 10 days that Tusker, we can see a difference. I believe we can, Tusker fans and Tusker FC players, we might see a difference, because honestly, Tusker has been struggling. Do you have faith in your new coach, Nyash?
Yeah, I mean, going by the record that we have seen, he's trying to implement something different. Maybe he's coming, I don't know if this is the best time to come in, because we are right in the middle of the season. Maybe it could be. Maybe try to salvage this season, maybe get us to finish somewhere higher than we are. I mean, Tusker should not be holding down number 9 if you're there. I don't know if you're number 9 now, I'm about to Meshuka even below that. But yeah, I mean, he has a track record that he has shown that he can actually get the job done. Hopefully he can get to implement that at Tusker. Okay. That's all we can hope for, because we never really know for sure. He has never been in the Kenya Premier League. I don't recall seeing a Frenchman coaching in the Kenya Premier League. So we don't know what he's about to bring. We know what he has done in other places, and that's not just in one country, so that's good. This could be his, I think, the 3rd or 4th country where he implements something good and something successful. Well,
all right. Still on the Sportpesa of the Kenya Premier League, let's talk about Ingwe, the number 2 on the table. FC Leopards wanakuja ubaya sana. Arocho?
Consistency. That is key in soccer. Though in the second leg, in the second half of the match against Posta, I think Leopards did not perform well. Yes, they conceded a goal, but the general feel is that I don't know what really happened in the second half, but good results. I'm seeing an FC Leopards that is giving a lot of pressure on Mahia. I was at Mahia's match yesterday. When you compare the two teams, I feel that Gor is still slightly on top in terms of individual players, in terms of the cohesion and the system that they apply. But kudos to FC Leopards. I watched Bandari against FC Leopards. I think Leopards were just unlucky. They got 2 clear chances towards the end of the match. They could have buried and, of course, gotten the 3 points. So it's a team that Fred Ambani has made sure that is giving them time and the confidence is now coming in. I believe this team, if in any case Boniface Ambani, the new president at FC Leopards, will keep these boys together, then I'm seeing a very strong team next season. They might not win the league this season, but it's a team to watch next season. The win against Gor Mahia for me was also another turning point. It was also another very good turning point. That's a very good goal from Madanda.
Yeah.
This is another player that I watched play in the under-20, the team that played in Egypt. He's progressing so well. I've been praying that he should be picked at least once in the national team so that that confidence can be enhanced.
Yeah.
But once again, good goal. And I'm seeing an FC Leopards that next season will really give a strong challenge for the title.
To you, Nyash, about FC Leopards.
I mean, they're moving well. They are playing well as well. They are good watch. Let's be honest. They play good football. Some FC Leopards may not like this, but they're giving me Arsenal vibes of 22-23.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are playing well. Honestly, like Arsenal are playing well in 22-23, but they're up against a juggernaut, like Gor Mahia. And when you watch Gor Mahia every day now, they are grinding out wins, like the swashbuckling performance they had against KCB yesterday. And then there's AFC Leopards. They just have to keep the distance, keep going, keep scoring goals. Just don't fall off from Gor Mahia, because I think they're now 6 points below. So even if they win their game in hand, okay, there's the asterisk of the Nairobi United game against Gor Mahia. But if they win their game in hand, they're still below Gor Mahia. And Gor Mahia is looking like now, this well-oiled machine. They have been here before so many times. They did not win the league last season, so they have to win the league this season. It's their bare minimum. AFC are up against it with Gor Mahia. Good luck to them.
Stanley?
For me, I think when I look at FC Leopard, the trust they had with the technical bench has paid off. Remember when the season started, 4 matches played, they did not get even a single win, 4 draws, and maybe I'm just being overambitious with that I say, but I think when FC Leopard plays at Nyayo Stadium and when FC Leopard plays on a good surface, it's a very different kind of FC Leopard. Go and look at the matches they've lost. The one to Marashuga away, that was a very poor pitch per se. When I look at the match they drew against Bandari, also the pitch conditions were also not good. But that team is a team that has been oiled, and it's a team that has seen the growth. If you look at the starting lineup for the last around 5 matches, excluding the cup game, they have only made 1 change, and that was Oundo, who was suspended in the previous match. Coming in against Posta Rangers. But for me, I think they have a very good squad, a squad that has been built over time, 2 or 3 seasons, then made good additions in James Kinyanjui. Also brought in a good right back in Brian Ojok Nyongesa from a Division 2 team, from a Division 1 team, and many didn't expect him to hit the ground running, but he capitalized on that chance and now filled in the void left by Lewis Bandi, who went to Gor Mahia, and the fruits have started paying off. I've seen the midfield pairing has started working. Tyson Otieno, one of the most talented footballers in Kenya, was off pace while at Kenya Police FC. I've seen him revitalized at FC Leopard. Kelly Madada has now transitioned from that attacking midfield role, and of late he has been playing a little bit back as the central midfielder and often pairing in those dual attacking midfield role with Tyson Otieno. And that's why I think FC Leopard have a very good chance to fight for the title for this. It has never been this close in a very long time. But if you'll allow me, I'll say one of the biggest factors for FC Leopard this season is they have won against the traditional boogie teams. For example, when you look at Posta Rangers, it's a team that collected 4 points against FC Leopard last season. This season, FC Leopard drew away won at home. Look at a team like Bidco United, collected 4 points against FC Leopard. FC Leopard has already won against them. Sofapaka collected 4 points against Leopard this season. FC Leopard collected all the 6 points when they play against Sofapaka. And I think when you are in a title race, that's what you have to do. You have to win against the sides that have traditionally given you a lot of problems. Yeah. And I think if they continue with that run, then maybe, just maybe, the Mashemeji Derby will be the one to decide who's going to win it. Who will win the league. Now, back,
Arocho, in less than a minute, let's talk about the mighty win of Kogalo yesterday against KCB. They beat KCB 3-0. And I saw your post on Facebook. It received a lot of mixed reaction from fans. Let's talk about that match, Gor versus KCB. First half, 3-0. Second half, no goal.
Gor Mahia are strong, and kudos once again. Brilliant performance. But, you know, I have an attachment with KCB. Yeah. I played for KCB, so I know the philosophy, the kind of target that the team has. I saw a player who is a Nigerian called Fear God. With all due respect to that player, I'm not biased, I'm not discriminative, but for us to have a player picked from Sudan, we bought his contract in Sudan, to come and not even have a complete pass in the entire 45 minutes. In fact, I did that post before the first half ended. And when the team came back, God was not there. You know, there is some performance that you don't expect from this level. There are performance that you don't expect from a player who comes in paid top dollar. Once again, I'll say it. And people who feel that I'm a bit harsh should just hold their horses. If you pick Arocho from Kenya to go and play in Zimbabwe, Arocho should be a top player. But the moment, because I'm paying you top dollar. Yeah. But when I bring you into my team, and then you are just another player, why then should I not play a local-based player? So once again, this is a lash to KCB Football Club management. Wherever you got God send, please fear God. I'm so disappointed. That's why.
Should fear God.
Surely, no shot on goal, no positive pass in the exact entire 45 minutes. Someone who we brought in as our savior for the season. Good job, Gor Mahia, but KCB needs to up their game.
Now, before we wind up, let me go to you, Nyash and Stanley. During the weekend, the magical Kenya Open happened. Yeah. And Kibugu did amazing. What's your take about? Let's talk about the Kenya Open, the magical Kenya Open.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic seeing a Kenyan competing that level. I don't think we have seen a Kenyan competing that level in the MKO in a while. And then again, it's a 22-year-old guy doing all that, having a fantastic performance. I think he had like 4 birdies or something. He did put in a quite impressive performance. You can also see why he's top ranked in Africa. I think he's the top 5 in Africa. Getting to such a bracket when you're 22 years of age is exactly what you want to see. And then getting rewarded for it, because I think the president awarded him, is it 5 million? Yeah, so I mean, I like the other side of it, where young guy performing well in the global level and then getting rewarded for it. And this is now another showcase. Like, sports do pay, to be honest. And this is exactly what we want to see moving forward. Like, that guy now, I think from that tournament, has bagged 7 million. At 22 years of age. At 22 years of age, I think I was in campus. So I need to check what I was doing in my life. But it's just fantastic seeing this guy. He's 22, he's killing it. You definitely think, I feel like, honestly, he's Angela Okutoi in golf. I can't recall the last time we had such a promising talent in golf and this young. So hopefully now he continues kicking on and we keep an eye on him for sure.
Stanley, less than a minute.
I think maybe I'll not talk about golf, but just a little bit of what Nyasha said about Angela Kutoi. I hope the President and the State Ministry of Sports comes in and maybe just chip in and ensure that the young girl fulfills her dream. We have a real potential, we have a real gem in Angela Kutoi, and he has already proven it that she can perform at the top level. And I hope potential sponsors come in and just steer her career to the next level.
Before we wind up, remember our question of the day was, which teams do you think will finish top 5 in the English Premier League this season? And we have one feedback from WhatsApp. Tafadhali, icheze.
Kwa majina najulikana kama Engineer Steven Mweresa, shabiki mkubwa wa Manchester United na pia Shabana huku nchini. Sasa tukiangalia English Premier League, prediction yangu vile season itaenda, mimi naona Manchester City watachukua ligi, watafuatwa na Arsenal, alafu Manchester United, Chelsea watakuja namba 4, alafu Liverpool itafunga 5 bora. Chenye nafanya tupoteze matumaini na Arsenal ni kuwa Arsenal wanajulikana hivyo, wanaanza ligi na ile speed ya juu, lakini ikifika hapa katikati huko mwisho kwenye wanafaa kushinda ndio wa maintain ile namba yao, wanaanza kuenda draw, wanaanza kupoteza na vitu zingine za kiajabu. Arsenal ni next season FC ama ukipenda Netflix. Manchester City itachukua ligi, alafu sisi kama Manchester United tutamalizia nambari 3. Huo ndio ubashiri wangu.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. You've heard it from the feedback. And let's hope for the best tonight, Everton versus Manchester United. Thank you so much, Arocha. Thank you so much, Nyash. And Dola Stanley. Next time, come mapema. It has been Monday Blitz. I am Katela Meisi. Enjoy the rest of your day.